Welcome to my allotment, plot 3 in North Warwickshire. Just a quick update. The grow room now has been running for 24 hours with the heat on. It's slightly lower than yesterday. I don't think it's gone out, but I will check. But 6 or 5 degrees above freezing is going to be fine, I think. No condensation, big bonus. I've put some extra bits in here just to replicate plants, but no, it looks okay. I'm pleased with that. This candle has been burning for 48 hours. I'm even more pleased with that. It's only one we had lying around before I start making my own candles, my 100-hour candles. I'll put it back together. Remember the Atlantic giant pumpkin experiment where I put all the guts of the pumpkin, well, some of the guts in the pumpkin, seeds and everything else into this mix? I'm going to just pop that in the bottom. That's going to be an ideal place to keep it, just to keep it a little bit warmer, and it might start germinating. It's an experiment, so we'll find out. This time of the year, a lot colder for sowing, etc., so I'm keeping my tap water in the grow room, just to keep it that little bit warmer when you spray your plants. What I have been doing is filling my toilet rolls with compost, watering them, and then leaving them in here for 24 hours before I sow the seeds. Talk about sowing seed. It's the Musselburgh Leeks I'm going to be planting today. I'll tell you more when we're back in the potting shed. So we're back in the shed now, and what I've noticed is that seed packet was there. The condensation hasn't formed in the area where it was a little bit warmer on the outside of the propagator. And this packet, as it always does, feels a little bit damp when it's been in a shed or anything like that. So what I might think about doing as a backup is to put some newspaper scrunched up on the top shelf, and that maybe will draw any condensation into the newspaper and change it regularly. I'm going to give that one a go. So I'm going to sow these leeks this time, highly recommended by several allotmenteers, including Muddy Boots. My intention is to plant the leeks in the traditional way, then wash the roots off before you plant them in the podged holes, fill in with water, not soil, etc. And I'm also going to do some in the cardboard rolls, toilet rolls, to see if there's any difference. And then, using the larger cardboard rolls at the top, larger than those obviously, those I'm going to use for my leeks. Hopefully I've got some more waiting for me at work after being away for 6 weeks. The larger ones, the carpet ones, etc., I'm going to use for my celery. Didn't really have a good crop this time, so I'm just going to try a few different things. And using the larger cardboard rolls, I'm going to experiment one lot in the left and then build it up from the bottom upwards, blanching the leeks, and this one on this side, not quite sure yet. And then the traditional method, I'll do in one half the leek bed under that cage I rebuilt. I did repairs on the other day. and we'll see if there's any difference. I'm sure if the leeks aren't disturbed, they're going to grow better. It's proved me wrong. So I'm going to sow these seeds now. I'm going to scatter compost on the top of that one on top of the seeds. Pre-warned it, I'm not going to water them again. And I'm going to put a bit of vermiculite on these, just to see what difference it makes. Not going to use all the seed, just in case it fails. Not going to bore you with that. I'll bring you back shortly. I decided just to do a few pots with the vermiculite. I know it's okay with tomatoes and some others, but I don't want to lose everything. So a quick refresh of what we've done. We've pre-filled the compost or the containers ready 24 hours before in the grow room, just to let the compost warm up a little bit at this time of the year in January. We've sowed the seeds. They're going into the grow room now, covered up, and we'll see what happens. I'll put these in and then we can have a look at the first seed sowing of the cabbages. Just to remind my subscribers, this is the seed compost I use from the farm shop. It's just over £7 a bag for 80 litres. I don't know whether that's expensive or not, but I've had absolutely no problems with my seed sowing throughout 2015. I'll just show you some. I've never found any stones, debris, plastic or anything within this compost I use. I highly recommend it. It may only be 7 degrees in there, but it's quite pleasant when you've been out potting up or sowing seeds, etc., out and about, and then you open the door and you get that little blast of heat. It's not much, but it's refreshing. It doesn't look like I've done any damage by bringing them from home, from the airing cupboard up here, protected of course. And I am going to move those up now to the top shelf so they're not drawn to the light and they're as close to the light as possible. I've had a few comments on the Facebook side saying you're blocking the light out 3 times, threefold. But basically, once these have grown a little bit, they can actually come out or go on the bottom shelf. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I do welcome your feedback on how I do things, and I will never be offended at whatever you say. So take care, my friends, and happy growing.